Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Sunday experience at the Center for Spiritual Living in beautiful Carlsbad, California. And we welcome those of you who are watching us online with the same love and respect as we do for everyone here. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood because you're here. My name is Dr. Reverend Carol Carnes, and I'm happy to remind you that this is a teaching, not a preaching. So it's interactive, and there's something required of all of us, but that requirement is nothing more than a greater love of self, a greater understanding of our place in the universe. And what ErnestHolmes said, there is a power for good in this universe. It's available to everyone, and you can use it. So much of what we do here is talking about how we use it. And we have entered into the first 4 chapters of the Science of Mind book this January. It's our tradition. Last week we began with the thing itself, and today our beloved Reverend Kate will be speaking on the way it works. All right. So we're going to begin by setting the field, creating a vibrational intention with our spiritual mind treatment. And it always begins with recognizing that there is one power in this universe. It's both visible and invisible. It's everywhere present, all at once, all of it, all the time. It's right here and right now. As each one of us, in us, around us, we're immersed in it. It is saturated in this universe. It is the universe. There's nothing else. Knowing that, we begin from a higher place of self-awareness every time we acknowledge that truth. There is something about each one of us that is greater than anything we have ever done. And that potential lives in us and never dies. So this morning we join together to recognize this truth, to deepen our understanding of it, to support one another along this beautiful journey called self-awareness. And to know that we contribute to this world whether we think we do or not, whether we know how we do or not. Every good thought does not stay in our mind. It ripples through the field, the subjective field, that collective consciousness, and it does something. And so we never give up, we never let up. We begin again, as we're doing right now, in gratitude for the moment, the opportunity, this place, the teachers, each other, and all the saints and sages who have come before, keeping this truth alive. We let it begin in a deep, eager anticipation that something wonderful happens in each one of us today. Whatever is specific to us, we accept the gifts. And so we begin, and so it is.
So it is.
Okay, we have a new group song today. Did everybody get words? We're going to turn it over to Joe. You're going to lead us in it?
I am.
All right,
Yeah.
Let's do it.
No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing. Whether you've come to stay a while or you're just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and share the silence. Come and share a hug. Come, let's play together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. So come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. If there's some kind of trouble or pain you're going through, know that you are not alone. Someone cares for you as an individualization of our divine point of view. This door is open to you. So come on in. Come on in. God in us recognizes the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open. This door is open. This door is open to you.
Wow. Hey, that deserves a round of applause. What a great lyric. Thank you, Joe Rathburn. And let's keep the energy going by saying together the group reading. You'll find it in your program. And let's start right now. There is one life, both visible and invisible. One presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is perfect love and perfect intelligence. I am an individualized expression of all that it is. I am ever one with this perfect life, perfect love, and perfect intelligence. Thank you so much. It's lovely to hear you say that out loud. Jim, if you'll join me up, let's do our candle lighting. It's a little ritual we do every week to remind us of what we actually are. And we begin by lighting a candle for life. ErnestHolmes said, life is all there is, God is all there is. And so there's only one life, and that life is the life of spirit, and that life is my life right now. Let's say it out loud, I am life. We light a candle for love. ErnestHolmes said, love is the cohesive power that brings things together that belong together and maintains them in harmony and balance. We are each points of love within the heart of spirit. Please affirm with me, I am love. And of course, light. Everything is light, actually. We each radiate that light, that intelligence of spirit, wherever we are. This little light of yours is going to shine, right? So affirm with me, I am light.
I am light.
We light a candle for beauty. We are made in the image and likeness of spirit. We each express the beauty of spirit's perfection as our particular way of being. Let's affirm, I am beauty. We light a candle for joy. Joy is the very nature of spirit and the true essence of each one of us. It really is. So we each are living joy and we bring it to the world. Please affirm, I have joy. And of course, peace. We light a candle for peace. Today and every day, we open our hearts to peace. We are each a center of peace in our world. Please affirm, I am peace. And finally, just close your eyes for a minute, and then I invite you to think of your own inner light, that presence that is never tarnished, nor touched, nor damaged, nor diminished, but forever glowing, forever ready to be expressed, always shining within. And through the practice of universal spiritual principles, which are ours to rely upon always, that light is seen in the world. All right, now I'm going to turn it over to the wonderful Joe Rathburn. He has a special solo for us today, so let's welcome him.
I had the honor of playing this song at the CSL conference the year that the two factions united. And they held that conference in San Diego, and I got to play this song.
Oh, dear.
And the guy who wrote that last song, Eddie Watkins Jr., was the bass player in the band that day. So I got to work with a bunch of really fine people. The song's called The Way of the World. Life's like this, you're born, you die. In between, you laugh and cry. You can do more laughing if you try. That's the way of the world. Some are rich, some are poor. Some have enough and still want more. Some think all there is a Walmart store. That's the way of the world, the way of the world. The way of the world, Lord, Lord, yeah. That's the way it is today. That's the way of the world. Most folks do things they should. Some have just misunderstood. Some are up to no damn good. That's the way of the world. Most folks find their way all right. Some folks lose it late at night. Some folks' heads ain't screwed on tight. That's the way of the world. The way of the world. The way of the world, Lord, Lord, yeah. That's the way it is today. That's the way of the world. But let me ask you something. What would you do if you could work the levers? What would you do if you could push the buttons? It just might surprise you that you are a lever. You are a button. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are. One thing one can truly say, no matter what one does today, world keeps turning anyway. That's the way of the world. But all you think and say and do every day your whole life through shapes this world around you too. That's the way of the world. The way of the world. The way of the world, Lord, Lord, yeah. That's the way it is today. That's the way of the world. The way of the world. The way of the world, Lord, Lord, yeah. That's the way it is today. We are the way of the world. The way of the world. You, me, he, she, us, and them. Yellow, brown, black, white, red. Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Jew, religious scientists too. I'm the way of the world, you're the way of the world. He's the way of the world, she's the way of the world. The way of the world. The way of the world. Of the world.
Thank you, Joe.
My
Good
pleasure.
morning, everyone. That was a great, lighthearted introduction to religious science, the science of mind. And I'm Reverend Kate, so good morning if you're watching online. We're glad to have you all. So today, I'm continuing on with the basics of science of mind, hopefully picking up from where Dr. Curl left off last week with a talk about the way it works. So I thought I would start out by reading what ErnestHolmes wrote when he started out this section. He wrote, "The science of mind is not a special revelation of any individual. It is rather the culmination of all revelations. We take the good wherever we find it, making it our own so far as we understand it. The realization that good is universal and that as much good as any individual is able to incorporate into their life is theirs to use, is what constitutes the science of mind and spirit, our teaching." He goes on. We've discussed, and this was really last week, what Dr. Carroll was talking about. We have discussed the nature of the thing as being universal energy, mind, intelligence, spirit, finding conscious and individualized centers of expression through us. And that a person's intelligence is universal mind, functioning at the level of that person's concept of it. And then he says, that's the essence of the whole teaching of the science of mind and spirit. That's it, go home. Well, this section, I was saying, this section that I'm talking about is only 5 pages long, but my talk is longer than that because he can be so condensed that you don't really, easily get what he's talking about. So anyway, Holmes wrote that universal mind or spirit is God. That means he wrote that mind is God. That our mind is actually God's mind. That our mind is the universal mind functioning at the level of our conception of it. So what do you think about that? I mean, in a way, isn't it a logical outcome of the belief that this thing we call God is the cause of everything? And therefore, there's nothing else but God or this cause of everything. That it is the one life back of everything. Therefore, there's only one mind back of everything. Now, these ideas are not actually new ideas. Like Holmes indicated, these have been emerging over and over again for thousands of years. And funny, not funny, but you could say coincidence, but it wasn't really a coincidence at all. It's just another proof of what we're talking about. When I was working on my talk, I wanted to find some examples of how this same thing has been said so many ways. And so I just looked at my email, and there was a new email from the Divine Science Federation, another new thought organization, that gave me exactly what I was looking for, of course. So here's what Bishop Durrell Watkins from Divine Science had to say. He wrote, "Seek. Scripture teaches us the one God is pervading and permeating every heart. The Hindu Mundaka Upanishad reveals this universe springs from the deathless self, the source of life. Sufi poet and philosopher Rumi said, you're not a drop in the ocean, you're the entire ocean in a drop. The Apostle Paul is quoted saying, it is in God that we live and move and have our being. And a Jewish psalmist affirmed the omnipresence of divine love when they wrote, I can never escape from your spirit. I can never get away from your presence. Speaking of the very same thing that we talk about, our source, the source of life. And we can always be sure that whatever happens, we're always and will be forever part of this perfect life that has no end. This is what we teach, and this is what we have heard other people say for thousands of years, because these ideas of the essential oneness keep emerging into our shared consciousness because they're true. We really do live and have our being in spirit. And whenever people are able to see this. Whenever we are able to let go of false beliefs and superstition, people see more clearly. And that's why over and over people realize that we live in this creative milieu and that we move through life. And as we do, our thoughts and our actions are constantly creating a train of consequences. So it may seem strange. It seems strange to me. When I was thinking about what to say today, I suddenly thought of the story of Noah's Ark. You know the story about how Noah answered God's wishes, and then this angry God wiped out all of civilization, and a little boat, went on and saved the world. Well, it doesn't matter whether you think there was an ark or not an ark. It doesn't matter at all. Or whether there was a man named Noah. It doesn't matter at all. Because we do know that there are floods, and we do know that there are boats, and we do know that there are people who want to make changes in our lives. And so let's ask ourselves, what lesson can we learn from the story of Noah? Is it that sinners are going to be killed by an angry God? I really don't think so. I mean, if you think about it, even if you thought that story was true, how would it make sense that God would wipe out all but 2 of the little koala bears and meerkats in the world? It just doesn't make sense, but it makes for a good story. So let's look at the story as a parable about ourselves. I mean, on a metaphysical level, can't you see that Noah's story can be seen as a story about a man who sees a need to change his life by freeing himself from the past, by freeing himself from old unconscious beliefs that he may have accepted, whether they came from his culture or the people around him or the townspeople. They had been accepted by him, and those ideas no longer served him. And so, on a metaphysical level, the story is about the human struggle to think independently and clearly for ourselves, and to free ourselves from old mistakes and make a fresh start for ourselves. That's what happened. He set a new course in his life. He headed for a new destination, and things changed. In fact, at the end of the story, talking about the rainbow is not a random sign. It's not even a promise. The rainbow is actually a powerful and accurate representation of how it is that the one light, the ultimate source of light, is dispersed into a multiplicity of colors in the same way that the one life, this thing itself, spirit, first cause, is always being dispersed into the multiplicity that we see in nature and in humanity. That multiplicity which is individualized through us. This is actually how all things are made out of the substance of spirit. So when you think about our ability to make choices within this infinite field of creation, you can see why it is that ErnestHolmes and others said that the seed of perfection is hidden within us. And he wrote that this original life is infinite, it is good, it is filled with peace, it is the essence of purity, it is the ultimate of intelligence, it is power, it is law, it is life. So when he uses the word law, he's talking about the natural order, that life is really not random. You know, I'm standing on the ground, I'm not standing on the ceiling. This is what we call the law of life, this predictable way in which it unfolds. And then Holmes went on saying, this original, infinite life is within us. In that inner sanctuary of our own nature, hidden perhaps from objective gaze, nestles the seed, perfection. So him saying that is just another way of explaining the same thing that Jesus taught, that the kingdom of heaven is within each of us. And the thing is, and this is the amazing thing, we're not light waves or particles. We're actually free to make choices. In fact, Holmes said actually that we humans suffer because we are ignorant or unaware of our true nature. We are unaware of this connection to spirit. And when we are unconscious or ignorant or unaware, then what happens? Then our thoughts and our actions are actually being determined by this unconscious or subconscious mind. So I don't mean like you're in a coma. I just mean it's not being mindful. So for instance, taking myself, a few days ago, I'm driving in the road, listening to music or whatever, and I changed lanes. Oops, I heard a honk. I was unaware. I was ignorant that there was a car trying to pass me on my left, right? And so he let me know, wake up. And then I was suddenly aware. And yes, I did drive more safely after he honked at me, right? But the thing is, nothing in the situation changed except me, my mind. I shifted from being unaware, well, not totally unaware, but too unaware, to being aware of the situation I was in, what was going around, being more mindful. You know, there's an old saying, you've all heard it, I know, ignorance is bliss. I was thinking about that. Well, if ignorance is bliss, why does ErnestHolmes keep telling us ignorance is not bliss? So I looked it up, and it turns out that saying is from a very old poem, like 300-year-old poem, that's very nostalgic. It's about a man who went to his old school and watched children playing in the playground and was just remembering the simpler life. So, no, it's not that ignorance is bliss. It's just, yeah, we can be happy. Let's remember that there's something innate in us, always striving for happiness. But anyway, ErnestHolmes said this about ignorance because he didn't think it was a blessing at all. He said that in our ignorance of the truth, we actually have been misusing the highest power we possess. And so great is this power, so complete is our freedom in this power, that the misuse of it has brought about in our lives the very conditions that we suffer from. He says, and he says this repeatedly, we are bound meaning we are limited, we are constrained in life. Because first we were free. And in this freedom, let's say unconsciously, we accepted beliefs and ideas and actions which actually tended to limit us, tie us up in knots, constrain us. But Holmes tells us we can make new choices. That really is so essential in our teaching. And I think this idea has really been so powerful, probably for everyone who has learned about this teaching. It has been for me. And although it's based on the very same idea as Jesus' statement, "It is done unto you as you believe," it's also the result of thinking, well, if it's done to you as you believe, then what? What's going on? If it's true, if it's really true, then not only are the types of healings that Jesus demonstrated possible, and we know they are. I mean, people just through this center alone, over and over again, have reported the healings they have received through the application of these principles. Not only are the healings possible, but aren't all experiences also possible? Not just positive experiences, but also negative experiences. Can't they all be really the result of our belief or our unbelief? Or, like me, driving down the road, just not really paying attention, right? So, on the other hand, if we're each causing our own misery, isn't it also true that we're each able to cause and create our own good fortune? So Holmes and other New Thought teachers all agreed that Spirit works for us by working through us. This is the whole idea behind the way it works. Just like the colors of the rainbow have no choice in the matter, the light scatters and becomes red or yellow in a very mechanical way. Yes, there's something different about us because we have the gift of human consciousness. We can think, we can discover, we can learn, and we can make decisions. So here we teach and believe that nature obeys us, but only when we operate in harmony with it. This is why we often use the example of a farmer planting a seed when we talk about the power of our decisions or our thoughts. So the farmer believes that if they plant the corn seed, the law of nature will respond and the seed will grow into a corn plant. The farmer does not make the seed grow. The farmer sets an intention. I'm going to plant the corn seed. Nature takes care of that corn seed growing into a corn plant. Yeah, maybe it needs water or fertile soil. But basically, the plant grows because of the responsive yet mechanical law of nature. The farmer invokes this law when they plant the seed. And that is exactly how it is that we plant our thoughts, our thought seeds into life itself, into this universal mind. Because even though, and this is actually lucky, even though we're thinking about 70,000 thoughts a day. You know, I don't know, scientists figure this out somehow. I doubt they really counted it, but they did. They did brain scans and watched all the jumping in a person's brain to see, well, they must be thinking. Even though we may have all these thoughts, sometimes we think of it as our monkey mind thoughts, right? They're just jabbering along. When we consciously and intentionally speak our word, that's like planting the thought seed. When we do that with clear intention, we're actually invoking the very exact same law of nature as a farmer planting his corn seed. This is how life works. We are thinking conscious centers of life within the creative mind of the universe, which flows through us. And while our thoughts can create a tendency in our lives towards happiness or towards hardship, when we make conscious choices to consciously plant thoughts of health, harmony, happiness, and when we consciously believe and know that good results are possible, then good results will be the outcome, must be the outcome. You see, this source of life, this creative power of life itself is actually good. It's good, and it's only good. Not good and evil. So think about this. The natural law that responds to a farmer by turning a corn seed into corn. It has no opposition. There's no power of not good. There's no power of evil that seeks to keep the corn seed from becoming a corn plant. The farmer either planted the seed or didn't plant the seed. That's it. Nature's response can be relied upon absolutely. It doesn't change from day to day. It's not capricious. It's not arbitrary. The evil that we actually do experience or see or become aware of is the result of mistakes. It's not the result of an outside force. It's kind of like people are planting thistles instead of corn. You know, nothing against thistles, but I'm just trying to bring, well, I've cut down a few thistles in my day, but okay, a little bit against thistles. And that's why we say that to sin is to make a mistake. When we read or hear that Jesus told someone, go and sin no more, we should understand that he was saying, learn from your mistakes. Stop making the same mistake over and over again. Stop repeating the cycle that's not getting you where you want to be. You know, so if you're like me and you watch the news and it's easy enough to think there's evil in the world. No, there's human beings in the world. Let's face it. There's people making mistakes, making new mistakes, making old mistakes, making worse mistakes, making tragic mistakes. It's heartbreaking. It's not new. So what should we do? Well, I don't tell anybody what to do, right? It's not my role to give you advice on what you do or don't do with your life. My role is to tell you that you matter and your thoughts matter. And when you're thinking about what's going on in the world, you know, I invite you to join with me in remembering what kind of thoughts we want to be planting into the world. And this really wasn't easy for me. I have to actually say that one of the reasons why I, didn't carry on with my training to be a minister like back in the 1990s was because I couldn't get past this idea of a force for evil. But, 20 years later, it's like, okay, I'm ready. It is people. It is people making mistakes. So what can we do? A lot of people quote John Lewis as saying, look for good trouble. But I want to quote something else he said. He said, don't give up. Don't give up on the things that have great meaning to you. Don't get lost in a sea of despair. Stand up for what you believe in. So while I'm standing up here today and telling you there's no power of evil, there's only a power for good, what should we do about it? Well, the fact is, we need to keep planting thought seeds of loving kindness and blessings. We need to keep up our meditation so that we're in tune with the good, which is the cause of all life. And so, wherever that consciousness takes you, what action you choose to take in your own life as a result of your thoughts of loving kindness and good. Let it be, whether it's, yes, I'm going to go vote, or I see that what I want to do is help people who are suffering, or whether I want to be kinder to my family members, whatever it is. You control your own thoughts. And when you think consciously and clearly, wonderful things unfold. This is the way it works. Life works with us when we work with life. So this week, I just want to encourage you all to think of your own thoughts as being just like seeds planted in the creative medium of spirit. And then stay tuned for more to come next week when Dr. Carol continues with our series on the fundamentals of the science of mind. So thank you all.
The next song, it's called Soul Radio. You've heard it. I'm doing it in a new way. I like the new way. But these last 2 weeks, I've played at a couple of different churches, centers, and the topic has been the way it works, or what it is, the thing itself. And it led me to see this song in a different light. And the soul radio that I'm talking about is your soul, and it is broadcasting 24/7, 365, and it is programmed for each of us individually, kind of like Pandora or something like that. We each have our own individual playlist that's playing for us, and if we tune it in, life gets better. If we try to tune it out, not so much. So here's a song called Soul Radio. Tuned to the wind, every frequency. Heard there were some answers blowing there. A whole bunch of burning questions welled up inside of me, but I never heard an answer anywhere. So the questions went unanswered through the laughter and the tears. I figured I'd just solve them on my own. Then one day I heard something that was music to my ears, and the mysteries were solved I should have known. Soul radio coming through the night. Soul radio made me feel alright. Soul radio, a still quiet voice, a natural choice. Soul radio, I just tuned it in. Soul radio, couldn't help but win. Nothing but the truth from the broadcast booth, deep inside your soul. Soul radio, let the good times roll. This old world's so full of trouble. Sometimes it fills me up with doubt, and some days I feel 100 shades of blue. Don't even want to face the music, so I try to tune it out. But tuning in, that's the thing I ought to do. 'Cause you learn more when you listen. More you listen, more you grow. The more you grow, the more doubt fades away. So when it all gets all too much, it's deep inside I go, where I listen to my heart's disc jockey say. What's it say? Soul radio for your morning drive. Soul radio bringing you home at 5. Soul radio in the midnight hour. More than 1 billion watts of power. Soul radio, I just turn it up. Soul radio, and it fills my cup. Nothing but the truth from the broadcast booth, deep inside your soul. Soul radio, let the good times roll. Like a beam from some transmitter at a station on a mountain, across the border with no limit to its power. Soul radio is calling out all day and through the night. It's there to serenade you in your darkest hour. It's going to serenade you in your darkest hour. Soul radio whispers in your ear. Soul radio, what you need to hear. Soul radio, commercial free for eternity. Soul radio, just set your dial. Soul radio, it'll make you smile. Soul radio, coming through the night, making you feel alright. Soul radio, ooh, nothing but the truth from the broadcast booth, deep inside your soul. Soul radio, lets the good times roll. Soul radio, the good times roll. Listen, soul radio, no static. It's automatic. Just coming through the night, making everything all right. Soul radio. Request lines are open. Taking caller number 5. Soul radio. S-O-U-L radio.
Thank you, Joe. Now it's time for conscious giving, which really describes what we're about to participate in. I know you support this teaching, I know you support this center, and it could not be here without your participation. And one way we participate is financially supporting it. So there are many ways to do that, through Zelle, through donation on PayPal, or check when you're in person, or monthly, signing up with your bank to do a monthly withdrawal. However you do it, we appreciate it and are very grateful for your generous support. I invite you to say something out loud. It's in your program. It's a really good statement of what actually is true about when we give money consciously. Let's do it together. Divine love flowing through me blesses all that I have, all that I am, and all that I give. I know this is so, and so it is. And so just say this too. I always have plenty to spare and to share.
I always have plenty to spare and to share.
It's so true. All right. We're going to sing I Am So Blessed. Joe, you going to lead us?
I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. We are so blessed. Thank you. We are so blessed. We are so grateful for all that we have. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful. We are so blessed.
All right, thank you so much. Just have a few announcements this morning. Spiritual mind treatment request forms. You know, I just want to say something about spiritual mind treatment. It is a service of our teaching. We have licensed practitioners who go through a great deal of study and licensing to be able to do this for you. And it is a professional service like the dentist, the lawyer, the doctor, the therapist. And so professionally, there is a fee for it in private settings. But on Sunday, it's our gift to you. And we love doing it. So there's Reverend Kate, Dr. Maddie, myself, and Larry the practitioner, and Reverend Lori over there. We're all available to take you aside in confidentiality and do whatever treatment request you have. It could be something you want to increase in your life or something you'd like to see go completely away. And so we're here for that. You can also fill out a form. They're out on the table. And again, it's all in confidence, and we will treat for you at home as well. All right? Okay, treatment really works too. And it's a very powerful methodology for changing our mind. If this is the first time you're with us today, we just really want you to know how much it means to us that you took the time to find us, and we welcome you here. Please pick up a welcome packet. They're out on the table by the front door, and there's lots of information in there about our teaching. Join us for coffee and conversation and some food afterwards. We always love that, get to know each other a little bit. Okay, I want to remind everyone that, that's already did that, thank you. I'm going by these notes here. We're going to be offering a class on the art of spiritual mind treatment. I'll be teaching that I think we're going to start in February. And we want to know if you'd be interested in doing it on Saturday morning, which our friend Jessica here told me this morning that her rec room at where she lives is probably available then. So if you're interested in a Saturday morning class or a Monday evening, those are our two choices. I prefer Saturday morning since I'll be teaching it, but let me know. Let us know if you can join that. We want to give a round of applause all the time. You know, there's nothing as important as saying how you appreciate people that do things for you. And so almost everybody here is a volunteer. We couldn't do it without volunteers. No nonprofit can run without the people who support it. So thank you all so much. Morgan with these lovely flowers that she brought today. Thank you, Morgan. Jim helped us with the candling. Johnny and Daryl, those two, they have made such an enormous difference in the quality of our service and putting it up on YouTube every week. And Jessica and William and everybody, thank you so much for your wonderful service. And finally, let's take, I already did that. I'm not used to reading other people's words, you may have noticed. But I shall do it now. And so now it's time for a closing treatment, and then we'll stand and sing our group song, and then we'll go have coffee and refreshments. By the way, Reverend Kate, that was a wonderful talk. Thank you so much. Lots and lots to unpack. And lots to unpack in that talk. That was deep. And you can do it on YouTube. It'll be up tomorrow, I imagine, or the next day. You can watch it again. All right. So let's close with a conscious statement of spiritual truth. That the thing itself is everywhere present. It's love and intelligence in exactly the right relationship to produce the universe and everything in it. It is right where we are all the time, shining through us as individuality, personifying itself as our life, available and accessible to us all the time, taking the seeds of our ideas and planting them firmly in spiritual soil, that they might blossom and grow through us by means of us as we express those ideas. We are grateful for this teaching. It is life-changing. It belongs to the world, and the world desperately needs it. And so today, before we close completely, let's just within ourselves make a renewed dedication to our own spiritual practice, because that is what is going to make the changes in the world. We are all part of the great transformation that is trying to happen, and it is emerging. And so we never give up. We never let go of this truth. There's one mind being all minds, and that mind is right here, right now, expressing love intelligently. It is inclusive of all people, all sentient life, and it knows only to become. And so we give it something wonderful to do. Every day, in every way, we say that this world is a paradise, a garden of Eden, a place of love and joy, peace and plenty for all. I love living this life. I love being me. Say that out loud. I love being me. And I begin again every moment from this truth. And I am grateful for all that comes through me that can be of any help at all to this world. I let it be, and so it is.
And so it is.
Okay, let's stand and sing our closing song.
Open your heart, let your love go free, out over the ocean, right across the street. Let it flow like a river, let it fly like a dove, till your heart remembers you can't stop love. Once you get it started, watch what it does. It'll go full circle. You can't stop love. Open your heart.